How dangerous is Memphis, Tennessee? What did you remember Memphis having in common with Atlanta, Chattanooga, Little Rock, Philadelphia, Salt Lake City, Springfield, and Tacoma? An FBI program classified these cities for murder, non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, and other violent crimes in 2022, and they were the most dangerous cities in the US for the year. This sparked our interest in the question, how dangerous is Memphis, Tennessee? This video presents our interesting findings about Memphis. But why is Memphis so dangerous? You will find answers to these questions in this video. The facts presented here are enough to make some determine personally how dangerous this city is in the United States. But first, let us give you a brief overview of Memphis. The city of Memphis. Memphis is a city sitting on the western side of Tennessee along the eastern banks of the Mississippi River. It is located in the area known as the Mid-South. Called the Bluff City because it sits on the bluffs of the river, Memphis was at once a powerful influence on the civil rights movement. In fact, Martin Luther King Jr. was shot here. This fact came to mind probably because we are discussing how dangerous Memphis is. The city, with a population of 633,104, is the second most populous city in Tennessee. It is also the fifth most populous city in the southeast. It is the nation's 28th largest city and the largest city bordering River Mississippi. So how safe is Memphis? The city of Memphis has had a long struggle with violent crimes, especially in minority communities. This is due to the fact that these areas have been caught in a cycle of poverty as high as about 25% in 2020. Don't get that wrong, please. Many big cities across America and beyond in recent times are experiencing a violent crime surge. However, Memphis had been a dangerous city since, so it's only getting worse now and covering a more broad area. The cause of the city's struggles with crimes is not far-fetched. Besides the high poverty rate, the stench of civil rights abuses and outright injustices still lingers in the air. To illustrate this inequality, imbalance and injustice, there's as much affluence in the same areas as poverty in a minority community. This happens sometimes in the same zip code. A case in point is the sentencing of a former police officer to 12 years imprisonment in October 2022 for violating civil rights when effecting an arrest. Revealing stat. As usual, we would want you to consider facts and figures before coming to a conclusion about how dangerous this city is. And what do statistics have to say? Robbery is one of the crimes, and 24% of these were highway robberies. In other words, they happened on a public street. About 23% of violent crimes were against strangers. That suggests that a large majority of violent crimes were committed by criminals who know each of their victims well. Though stories of crimes are hitting headlines in recent times, the city is not witnessing a huge challenge with random acts of violence against strangers. About 67% of these violent crimes take place in public places, and 78% happen outside homes. This calls for the deliberate use of caution when choosing a place to get necessities such as food and gas, and places to stop to check directions. It can be disastrous or even fatal to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. These figures explain why Memphis has been ranked as the most dangerous city in the United States in a 24/7 Wall Street study that used FBI statistics. It also ranked as the second US metro area with the highest homicide rate. In 2019, the city saw as many as 237 homicides. In 2020, the number climbed to 327. That was about a 38% increase. In 2021, the number of crimes in Memphis reached a new peak of 342 homicides. Since then, it has continued to increase with each passing year. Dangerous areas of Memphis. You may have noticed from what we said earlier, most of the victims of crimes reported in this city are residents, which may lead to the conclusion that Memphis is generally safe for tourists. This safety is further guaranteed by the heavy police presence downtown, especially around Beale Street, both day and night. Nevertheless, we're not recommending to travelers that they should throw caution to the wind. Tourist areas are known to have a lot of panhandlers who can change the narratives at any moment. Downtown has the ignominious title of the most notorious neighborhood in Memphis. This dangerous area of the city is located along the Mississippi River. It is between Interstate 40 to the north and Interstate 55 to the south, and I-240 to the east. With a population of 48,441 and a rate of 38 crimes per 1,000, it is 62% more dangerous than the city. The crime in this area of Memphis is 363% above the national average. Others among the most dangerous places in Memphis are Parkway Village and Oak Haven. Shelby Forest Fraser has a crime rate of 30.14 per 1,000, is 28% more dangerous than the city as a whole. Berkeley Highland Heights, with a crime rate of 29.82, is 27% more dangerous. With a crime rate of 34.15 per 1,000, it is 45% more dangerous than the city. Midtown, with a crime rate of 29.69 per 1,000, is 42% more dangerous. Whitehaven Curragh Lake, with a crime rate of 25.92 per 1,000, is 10% more dangerous. What are the chances of becoming a victim of violent crime in Memphis? According to an official source that categorizes the city's crimes into two, the total number of crimes being committed there annually is 50,566. As many as 15,798 are violent crimes, while the remaining 34,768 are property crimes. The crime rate here is 80.50 per 1,000 residents. In Memphis, 1 in 40 residents will become a victim of violent crimes within a year, while on the whole of Tennessee, the rate is 1 in 148. The violent crime rate in Memphis is 25.15 per 1,000 residents. The source goes further to break down these violent crimes by recording a total of 306 murder cases with a rate of 0.49 per 1,000, 404 rape incidents with a rate of 0.64 per 1,000, 2,056 robberies and 13,032 assaults. The chances of becoming a victim of property crime in Memphis is 1 in 18, while it is 1 in 44 in entire Tennessee. In breaking down the property crime, the sources find that, on average, a total of 5,419 burglaries is usually recorded, giving the rate of 2.71 burglaries per 1,000. An average of 24,310 thefts is recorded, giving a rate of 38.70 per 1,000, and 5,039 motor vehicle thefts with a rate of 8.02 per 1,000. Warnings about dangers in Memphis. Generally speaking, as far as safety is concerned, Memphis is at an overall high risk of crime. Though putting all factors into consideration, this ranking is not something being given lightly. It's good to note that not all of Memphis is a high risk, but in some neighborhoods it is such a block by block. Everyone deserves to be aware of the higher crime rates in the city that has been long one of the most dangerous cities in the US. As you could have observed in the figures earlier given, the violent crime rate in the city was more than 6 times the national average. Pickpockets. Surprisingly, only 128 of 24,000 thefts in Memphis in 2021 were pickpockets and purse snatchings. Though the risks of these appear low, they should be placed in the proper context so that you'd smartly consider them a medium risk. Pickpockets and purse snatchings don't occur to people inside their cars, and many people in the city used cars. That's why the rate appears low. Please be careful if you'd be walking in Memphis or enjoying the nightlife in crowded places. Mugging. While the robbery rate in 2021 was 4 times higher than the national average, the risk of mugging in the city is considered medium. Homes and businesses are more likely to be robbed than tourists on the street. About 16% of robberies in 2021 had some connections with public street confrontations. Anyone who has lived long enough in Memphis will strongly advise you against walking dark streets and alleys in places. Also, avoid wandering block by block. If you need to be out at night, please have someone walk you to your car. To avoid mugging, also stay away from any kind of confrontation. And if you encounter homeless people asking for money, politely say no. In the final analysis, what's your impression of safety in Memphis, Tennessee? Do you think it's as dangerous as described, less or more dangerous? We'd love to have your valued opinion in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and turn on the notification bell.